All right, everybody. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. This is Katy Purry. I thought I would take this time since she's napping so sweet to do a little video and tell you kind of an update on what's going on with her and her sister. Not really sisters, but they live together. And her growth and progress, kind of let you know some of the changes in her behavior because this is very interesting. I've had cats my whole life, but I've never had a Maine Coon cat. And I've learned about them by watching a ton of videos, but now I'm experiencing it firsthand. And they really are a very different kitty. They are. They just, it's not that unusual for kitties to follow their person around. You know what I mean? But she really follows me around. From most of the stuff I've read about Maine Coon cats is that sometimes can take a little longer for them to bond with their person because they develop a little bit later. They don't even. She's not going to be full grown until she's 3.5 years old. Imagine that. So I was shocked. It took within 48 hours, she bonded with me. Like for real. It was just, and now we have this really intense bond. And it's only been, today is day 12. She's now 7 pounds. Okay. It's just, she's growing like a weed. She really is. She had a bit of we don't know if it was allergies or a bit of a cold, but she's responding to the medicine and she's doing well. It never affected her. She's been eating like you wouldn't believe how much she eats. It didn't affect her personality. She's grooming herself and still incredibly playful. But it's clearing up. So we're happy about that. She is on the 18th of this month. She'll be 5 months old. So I'm predicting within a month or two, she's going to be bigger than Squirrel. Now, Squirrel is her sisters. It's not they aren't litter mates. It's Squirrel is Tommy's cat, my baby brother, and she's a tortie, and she's 4 years old. She weighs about 9 pounds. So, and she's a very, very cool cat, super chatty, talks a lot. Now, Maine Coon cats are known to be very talkative also, and they don't really meow, from what I've been told and what I've read. They don't meow like typical cats. It's mostly kind of like a little catalog of chirps and trills. Like they have a number of different sounds they use. But she found her voice yesterday. It was one of the cutest things. Most people have seen the headbutt thing, where they do headbutts and rub against you, and she hadn't done that until last night. And she was, we were in my room, and she was laying on my bed, and it was adorable. I kind of gave her a little pet, and she woke up. And have you ever? I think most people have probably heard or seen a dog who's so excited to see their owner, their person, that they're whimpering and almost crying. You know what I mean? You see that? She did that last night, all at the same time she discovered the headbutting. And at first, I thought there was a problem because of how emphatic she was. It was unbelievable. And then I realized that she just loved me a lot, and it was urgent for her to show me. It was I wish I could have filmed it. I mean, I'm glad it was a special moment, but it would have been neat if you had seen it. Like she was whimpering and purring at the same time. Just an incredibly adorable moment. And another thing that's strange, at night, right before we go to bed, she's incredibly affectionate and bonds like crazy with me, and she's so sweet. And in the morning, for the first 2 hours of the morning, it's like she's done with that. She doesn't want me touching her. She just wants to go play. With Squirrel, now getting back to her sister mates, the 9-pound tortie. A lot of cat owners have heard people with torties talk about tortitude. And honestly, Squirrel's been so amazing. Tommy and I, when we first got Katy Purry, we talked. We were like, how long do you think it'll be before they're cleaning each other and sleeping with each other? We thought it would be a few months. Yesterday, on day 11, Squirrel was sitting in one of the chairs sleeping, and Katy was looking at her and just hopped up on the chair and laid down next to her. And lay there for a while, then got off, and I think she went and ate something. She eats like every half hour. She eats, and I'm not joking. And she came back out and jumped back in the chair again. But and I didn't get this on video, but it was beautiful. Squirrel cleaned her. And started grooming her a little bit. And it was just a sweet thing. That doesn't mean they aren't going to argue. This morning, it was funny. This morning, Katy was super eager to see Squirrel. We got to keep them separated at night or we're going to have a problem for a while anyway. So in the morning, they're super eager, or at least Katy's very eager to see Squirrel. And just ran up with exuberance. And Squirrel's like, hey, back off. We aren't there yet. And she was a little frustrated. She kind of snarled at her a little bit, but they have a great relationship. They seem super adorable together. The headbutting thing is neat. One thing that she, there's a few things that she does that is really unique. It's going to sound silly, but she looks at me differently. Like I've never had a cat look at me. It's almost like, it's not like she's just observing me. It's going to sound so crazy. If you're a Maine Coon owner, or if you've had a cat that has done this and you've experienced it, please say so in the comments so I don't feel like a crazy person. But she looks at me like she's trying to read me. It's a very, very strange thing. But she's observant as can be. Yesterday, the day before, my brother repairs watches, vintage watches. And he's a genius at it. But I found, and we're very careful not to leave things around that she can munch on, but I found a pin for a watch, and she saw it, and I think I knocked it off the table or the desk or something, but she saw it, and I picked it up, and she was like staring at my hand, super intent on what I had, and I put it on the edge of on the top of the desk. I just put it there. And I did it discreetly, and I could see her watching me. And 3 or 4 times throughout the day, I would catch her looking at that. And she hasn't jumped up to the higher spots yet. She has the ability. She just doesn't realize she has the ability yet. She'll get there. But I was holding her. She likes me holding her, which is another unusual thing for kittens. And as I walked by, she had her head trained and she was staring at that pin. And so she's very, very observant. There's a couple other unique things she's done. Oh, there's like a cabinet here to the left of the desk that goes up maybe 6.5 feet. Squirrel can get to it. Squirrel jumps from the floor, gets on top of the desk, and jumps from the desk to the top of the cabinet. And it's not that hard to jump. It might be 3 feet. So it isn't that high a jump at all. And Katy can do it easily. She just didn't connect the dots that those are the steps to make that happen. And yesterday I was in here playing with Katy and with a ribbon on a string, flipping it around, and she was going nuts with it. And Tommy was in here with me. Well, Squirrel comes in. I swear she's doing things to teach. It's crazy. She meowed, looked at Katy, hopped up, and there's like 3 different jumps, jump, 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 and she was up. And I'm not kidding you. This little kitten looked at her she looked at her and looked up. And then throughout the day, I kept catching Katy looking up at that. And I'm like, you can see the gears turning. One other thing that was fascinating is, and it's going to happen, they have a long ribbon on a string and you flip it like you're fly fishing. They go crazy over the ribbon. Well, I was doing that, and I brought the ribbon back, and the ribbon hit the cord for the fan and the light. It only hangs down about that low, and it's way out of her reach. Like it's way out of her reach. Well, when it hit it, it made the little chain swing, and she hadn't noticed it yet. She hadn't even noticed it. Now that's all she does is stare at that. Now it hasn't been touched, so it's sitting absolutely motionless, but she is constantly looking up at it. In the video, several times while I'm sitting in this chair, she'll hop up on my lap and then jump on the back of this chair and look up, and even perched on the back of this chair. Actually, that would be doable, but she gets focused on something, and it's just interesting from a kitten, But she is an incredible kitten. She's growing. You know what she doesn't do? She purrs constantly. Oh, look at that! She lays on her tail. Look at that. You're such a kitty. If you just touch her, she begins purring. She's just the sweetest kitty. She really is adorable. If you guys are thinking about getting a Maine Coon cat, read about them. They're different, but they're the most at least I can only speak for mine. I don't know any others, but this one is the most affectionate kitty, and she's doing you hold a cat like a baby. Most cats do not like that, and I know people say don't hold your cats. I hold my cats all the time. They're shoulder kitties. They jump from the floor to my shoulder. I have a great relationship with my cats. But usually it takes time for them to be comfortable being held like that. Immediately she was comfortable being held like that. And I'll hold her and she'll stare at me. That's just the craziest thing. But they have the most beautiful eyes. Great cat. We'll give you more updates as they come. I'm going to keep doing them. We're going to keep charting her growth. There's a lot of people that are very excited about watching this little kitten grow up. We've got a pretty special relationship. And considering it's only been 12 days and this is where we're at, it's just really like we're in for a very, very fun ride. What you're going to see coming up is I'm getting a harness for her. So we're going to go on daily walks because they like being on harnesses. We're going to introduce her to water. So I'm going to give her a bath coming up. And you guys are all going to be astonished at how chilled she is in water. It's the strangest thing. Only strange because all the cats I've seen have just, water's an evil thing. But it's going to be a fun thing this summer. I'm hoping she's going to, encourage or kind of influence Squirrel to swim. But I doubt that'll happen because she has two different types of fur, and they're water resistant. One, it prevents water from ever touching her skin. Squirrel doesn't have that. So I would imagine that's an awful feeling for her. But that's why these cats dig it so much. So anyway, will be more updates coming up. This is everybody's favorite kitty. We did a live stream yesterday. There's going to be live streams. Honestly, the live streams are kind of like this. She's not in a place right now where, and I'm not sure if she ever will be. Cats are cats. They aren't going to sit there and let you film them. But so these are a good way to see her in the live. Well, instead of free shots of her. Also, we're getting the camera for her, a collar, and she's going to be. We're going to live stream her at night when I go to bed. We're going to let her roam around, and in the morning I'm going to get up and see what she did all night. It's going to be super fun. That I'm really, really excited for. She'll always be an indoor cat. When I'm not going to declaw them. I don't like that. But she'll never, ever go outside unattended. And when she does go outside, it'll be like I am with Squirrel. I'm super protective. There's a lot of things around here that would like to snag her. Not just coyotes, probably neighbors. She's a beautiful cat. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support for this wonderful little kitty. She's a good little girl. She's awfully sweet. It's going to be a fun ride watching this little angel grow up. She's a sweetheart. But thank you for the support. I love you guys. Leave your comments. If you have any suggestions for videos, I'm good at pepper videos, but cat videos I'm kind of new at. Let me know what you'd like to see. That's Katy Purry, and I'm Johnny Sco. This was my cat. Have a good day, guys.